All right, we're joined by Osebin, who runs the Our Soul Instagram account. Sebin, welcome. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. I think it's really good time to have an interview with you in Carrick United.
Well, it's a great collection of shirts you have there behind
Yes,
you.
yes, I
Are they all
prepared.
yours?
Yes,
Wow.
nice. And I have more, but I have no place, so
Yeah,
I just took some rare uniforms.
cool. Well, the new season is just around the corner. How are you feeling about that?
Actually, it always feel exciting and anticipated to start a new season. As you know, we had some bad season for a few years, but I think this year will be different because there has been a change in head coach and a contract extension for players like Captain Key or Itesa or Baek Jong-bum, and as you know, the signing of Jesse Lingard. So I'm really look forward to start a new season.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you next about the transfer business. So, how happy are you with it overall? Because there's been not many signings, but some good signings.
Uh, I agree with that opinion, like Chejun or Lee Jae-moon or Jesse Lingard, but I'm only halfway satisfied because, as you know, it's very disappointing that to see legend like Osmar and Goyeon lead the club, even though they can play more for the teams. And also, we didn't get signed with center back or defensive midfielder who can play Osmar's role and who can support Ki Sung-young. So it's some minus point. And also, as you know, we have many players in our squad, so we have to clear out some players. Like younger players can have more experience with drug loan to other team, and maybe it is a little bit harsh, but some players have to leave the club. So I think it's halfway satisfaction, but the contract extension and signing of Jesse Lingard truly deserve praise.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned about the defense. I think it's interesting that new contracts were given to Hwang Hyun-soo, and also Kwon Wang-yu is still there as well,
Yes.
even though it was on loan last year. So that just shows you how kind of desperate the situation is at centre back. But you mentioned Jesse Lingard.
Yes.
Just how big of a difference do you think he will have to this team?
I believe he will do well, and he have to perform well. But uh, when I saw Premier League, I think he have really passionate for the football, and he runs a lot. So I think he can make a big difference. And actually, the performance of EPL players like Jordan March wasn't that great enough. But I think Jesse Lingard is more better, and Jesse Lingard is better player than him. So I think he can do well. And the other positive thing is now the worldwide football fan recognize about FC Seoul. They say, "Oh, where is FC Seoul? Who, which club is there?" I think it's really good marketing point, and also I think Jesse Lingard can be a great role model to young players.
Yeah, you mentioned Jordan Much, but Lingard is a different level.
Yes,
He's won sort of big trophies and the Europa League and stuff like that. Just one quick question on Lingard, because now Seoul have four foreigners who can't all start the game at the same
yes,
time. So you have Willian and Lingard probably competing for the same wing space.
yes,
Brozovic maybe is the 10, a number 10, and then
yes.
Ilyachenko is the striker. Which of those players, if they're all fit, all healthy, who has to sit on the bench, do you think?
Oh, it's really hard question. I think in the beginning of season, I think Ilyushenko might be start from the bench because we have Jo Young-wook who finished his military service. He can play as top. So it doesn't mean that Ilyushenko is not good player, but for the foreign player issues, I think maybe left wing, right wing for Jesse Lingard and Willian, and number 10 position Palosevic, and maybe the fourth is Jo Young-wook, I think.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on Lingard's match fitness, because if he's match fit, if he's not match fit for the start of the season, then he might start on the bench and then come on, and that might help Kim Ki-dong with that kind of selection headache. But speaking of Kim Ki-dong, obviously he is the new manager. He won the FA Cup last year. First of all, what do you think of him being the new manager, and what can we expect tactically? Do you think it'll be very similar to what he did last year with Pohang?
Maybe similar, but also many FC Seoul fans wanted Kim Ki-dong for a long time, as you know, and now for uh, many Korea football fans want Kim Ki-dong for a head coach of Korean national team, but I think it's not possible. And he seems tactically well prepared and has ability to control the team. Last year, FC Seoul's total movement of 90 minutes was more than that of Pohang. But however, when watching the games, it was always Pohang players who seemed to play more and more energetic toward the end of the game. I think it is Kim Ki-dong's ability to create a team that can maintain efficient movement until the end of the game. So I think he wants more attacking and more efficient movement toward the other side of the ground. So I think it might be great. And considering that FC Seoul conceded last minute goal a lot last season, I think this season might be different.
Well, FC Seoul, a club, a very, very big club, needs to be back at the top end of the table. Can this be their year to finally get back to Final A and an even ACL qualification? What are you expecting in terms of the final league position?
I think it is something that must be done to get back to Final A, and it's really nice if we can get a trophy. But for sure, I think maybe fourth or third might be the outcome result, because as you know, we have really good players on attacking position, but really a little bit of it. I think the defensive position is a little bit not prepared. So I think it may three or fourth position may be the result.
Yeah.
And
Okay, fair enough. Well, in round one, Seoul are away to Gwangju. What are your thoughts about that fixture to start the season?
uh, actually, I think it might be better to start the season with home game in the World Cup Stadium, and maybe many people can go inside the stadium. As you know, Gwangju Stadium is a little bit more smaller than FC Seoul, so it's. I think if K League can change the fixture, but they can't. But as the team Gwangju, we have to beat them because, as you know, last year Gwangju head coach Lee Jong-il said some bad things about FC Seoul. So many Seoul fans have some little feeling about him. So we have to beat them. And Kim Ki-dong and Lee Jong-il is both head coach has really good tactical points. So it might be the good game and excited game.
Yeah, let's hope so. I think Gwangju. I don't think they will be as strong as last year. They've lost a lot of good players, of course, Gwangju, but it'll still be a tough game. I suppose then, last question: Can Lingard make his debut? Do you think he'll be able to sort of make his debut for Seoul against Gwangju?
If I see some YouTube, if when I see some YouTube videos, his condition is good, but I think for some marketing issues, it's better to make a debut in Seoul World Cup Stadium. So I think the next game, I think it's Incheon United. It might be better to have debut in that game.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, I will be at that game, that Incheon game. So hopefully that is when he makes his debut. All right. Well, listen, thank you very much, Sebin. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully I'll see you in the stadium one day.
I hope so too.